That day, I walked into a luxurious beach resort and asked how much a room cost. My old suitcase was packed with $1 million. But the manager humiliated me in front of everyone, his voice loud enough for the whole lobby to hear, saying that people like me only belong on the streets. I didn't argue, not because I was scared, but because that day I wasn't wearing a suit. I didn't have bodyguards. I had nothing on me that could impress anyone, just an old suitcase with a tear in it, covered in dust. But inside that suitcase were $1 million that could knock anyone out. That day, I purposely dressed like a homeless person. My clothes so dirty, you couldn't tell the color. My face covered in mud. My hair looked like it had been struck by lightning. I wanted to see how they would treat me when they thought I had nothing. If anyone still saw me as human, I would repay them for life. I walked into my own resort, whispered at the front desk, "Miss, I'd like to rent the cheapest room." She was surprised when she saw me, but there was no disgust in her eyes. I tentatively asked, "Can I stay in such a nice place, looking like this?" She answered gently, "Of course, sir, please come in." I asked again, "How much is the cheapest room?" She said, $500 per night. I smiled wryly and said, "I only have $10. Can you give me the cheapest? Or even just put a mattress on the floor? I haven't slept in a bed for 30 days. I just want to take a shower, freshen up, and go look for a job." With the way I looked, I couldn't even get into a company's office. She softened when she heard this, about to say something, when suddenly the manager stormed out, pushed me hard against the counter, and yelled, "Get out of here, you smelly homeless person. You can't even tip and dare to enter my resort. People like you shouldn't even be allowed to stand at the door. You're polluting the air." People around us started whispering. Some laughed, others shook their heads, and some took out their phones to film. I lowered my head, barely hearing my own voice, just wanting to use my $10 to take a shower. The manager laughed mockingly. $10? Do you think this is a charity? Go to the public bathhouse. The doorman dragged him away and disinfected everywhere he had touched. At that moment, everyone looked at me like I was trash. Then the front desk lady stood up, blocked me from view, and spoke with a trembling voice but firm. "Manager, he just wants to be clean and find a job. Tonight, I'll pay for his room." The manager's face darkened. "Are you crazy? You'd risk your job for someone like him? If he stays, you'll pay 3 times the room rate, and you won't get a penny of your salary this month." Her hands shook as she entered my information into the system. She tried to smile at me. "Don't worry, sir. You'll have a bed tonight." I was fine, but my throat felt tight. I softly said, "Thank you. May God bless you." She took me to the room and handed me a towel. "Rest well, sir. Tomorrow will be different." As the door closed, I pulled out my phone and dialed a number. "Meet me tomorrow at 10 a.m. What happened next? Well, those who know, know. Want to see the rest? Drop a comment for part 2.